Welcome to the round 2 video for this week. Should be good. I'm excited, kinda. So yeah, I scored 2,289 and ranked 714. I'll take that. I can't really complain with that. Still, I think I missed out on a few players, but I think that's okay. About 200 behind the leader. So yeah, we'll have a look at the team. Also, if you want to join the Discord channel, we have 230 people on there. So yeah, you want to talk to me or talk about Supercoach with other people, live discussion, if you want to do that, that's that. So yeah. Also, we have 2 leagues in the top 20 at the moment. I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Anyway, so my team. First at D1 we have Wayne Miller. I think, yeah, he had a really good preseason, so not really surprised by him scoring a 105. Gets a bit of midfield time, plays a bit of halfback, so I like Wayne Miller and yeah, happy with his selection so far. Hopefully he's a keeper. I'm not sure exactly, but I think 95 is a reasonable expectation, I think. So Zach Williams was good, played a bit midfield. Didn't show signs of injury or anything. I think he had low time on ground, I can't remember. I have to double check that, but yeah, he's looking like a fine pick. And Brodie Smith, lots of kickouts, stuff like that. Very important to the Crows. I know Laird got tagged on the Crows. I can't remember who they played. Sydney. So Sydney tagged Laird. They should have tagged Brodie Smith or Sloan. So yeah, John Longmire, it's making me angry. We're going to talk about him after. And yeah, the rookies were fine. Won the rookie roulette in defence this week. So yeah, I was able to use Hall as a loophole for Wilkie, which was really nice. So yeah, I'm not going to expect Scrimshaw to pull 80s and Dersmer to pull 80 as well every week, but you take it. Now the midfield. So my captain was one Jackson McRae. If you watch this game, I think it's reasonable to say he should have got more than 127. He pretty much won them the game. Him and Libba won them the game in the last quarter. Scored a clutch goal and I think he got 11 touches and he was just everywhere. But yeah, very happy with his selection. He's going to be a pretty big nightmare to trade in later on. So even though I'm making a slight loss because he will drop in price, he's a captain option and yeah, hard to trade in. Cripps was good, not much to say. He played really well. So Lachie Neale, he's the number 2 ranked player behind, I believe, Nat Fyfe at the moment. One thing I'll say about Lachie Neale, like when I try and pick players, I look at a lot of the off-field stuff. So he's being mentored by Diesel Williams. So I was too young to watch Diesel Williams play. I think he won the Brownlow in the 90s. I can't remember exactly. So he used to mentor Tom Mitchell. And now he's mentoring Lachie Neale. And there was an interview with Williams where he said when he used to play, he used to set a target, 10 disposals every quarter. Maybe he's telling Neale that, I don't know, but Neale is playing incredibly well at the moment, and I think having Diesel mentor him, it clearly worked with Tom Mitchell, so it's working with Lachie Neale as well. But the only downside is, I think teams were pretty much like, do we tag Zorko? Do we tag Neale? It's tag Neale now, so hopefully he doesn't get tagged, but we'll see what happens. Tagging is pretty bad at the moment. So Matt Crouch, he had an off game, still scored a 60 second half, so that's fine. Still had a big week last week, so yeah, not worried about Matt Crouch. And Sloan was pretty good. I think Josh Kennedy beat him on the day, but he still played really well, got a 105, and I think he's the 3rd or 4th ranked player. So yeah, Crows have, I think, a lot of games at Adelaide Oval coming up, and Sloan is one. He's going to cop tags here and there, but seems like a decent pick at this stage. And Jack Steele seems to start slow, but played really well nonetheless, so he's fine. No reason to trade him at the moment. I wish he was Rockcliffe, but I don't think it's worth a trade. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think Jack Steele plays better when he plays better opposition, I think. Scores better in losses for some reason. So yeah, anyway, I like Jack Steele. Nice pod to have. And then the rookies, I did have Butters on the bench, but it doesn't really matter. Walsh and Constable over Scott was a lucky call, I guess. I didn't really plan from the start of the season to play Scott on field, but he shouldn't be scoring 100 when he's picked 39 in the draft. He's probably 18 years old. So, but it's hard to predict. Like, no one would have predicted him to score 20 this week, but you win some, you lose some. As you'll see with me having Parker on the bench. So the rucks were really good. Mostly Brodie Grundy, he was really good. Now you can say he's a captain option, and Gawn was okay. So, yeah, Gawn, he looks fine. King Patrick is the king. That's all I'll say. Yeah, unbelievable player. Try and captain him where we can. I think we'll vice captain him this week, probably. Heaney, I'm going to talk about after. This is a tough one, but I'll talk about him in the agenda. Not happy is all I'll say. And Jack Billings, Billings is actually having a pretty good season so far, but the problem is his new role, he's not actually scoring that well in his new role, and he's not really hitting the scoreboard either. And his efficiency for an outside player, it's not good enough. Well, it wasn't this week anyway. I'm not sure. He's not tackling either. I think this was a wasted pick. I thought he would score better in his role. Maybe he still does, I'm not sure. But not really happy with him at the moment. Maybe we'll trade him this week, we'll see. Also, yeah, so we'll see what happens there. Darcy Moore was very good. Looks like he's a good pick, and if you don't have him, he might be worth trading in because of his DPP. I'm not sure. He might be really difficult to trade in though. And Setterfield was a mistake. Should have played Parker, who had an easier opponent and was playing at home. Should have used more common sense there, but got lucky on the having Scott on the bench, so can't win everything. Drew was very good. Need to have Drew. Have to have Drew. And yeah, hopefully Bolter comes back this week. So yeah, that's the team. I'm okay with it. Again, I spoke about this last week, but no Rockcliffe. I had a list here somewhere, but I've lost it. So no Rockcliffe, no Jake Lloyd, no Whitfield. It looks like Whitfield was outstanding in the finals, playing the wing role. It's transitioned into this season. So yeah, it's Libber, Rockcliffe, Lloyd, and Whitfield. Those are the ones I don't have that I really needed to have, I think. But early days, and yeah, can't have everybody. So to the agenda. First guy we're going to talk about, he's not Idre Mahaney anymore, it's Isaac Heaney. If you look at what he wore at AFLX, it was pretty ordinary, but that's another story. So what do we do with Heaney? Okay, so what are I'll look at it from this perspective. I'll look at objectively. So he has an ankle problem that he had 3 weeks ago. He still has it now, but that didn't stop him from attempting to take Mark of the Year 2 or 3 times last week. So is his ankle an issue? I'm not sure. I think you could say it is. I don't know if he's going to get better. That's the issue. We don't know. So there's his ankle, and John Longmire, oh my goodness, this coach, he's ruining Mills, and now he's not giving Heaney, he said he's not giving Heaney mid-time because of his ankle. But he's also putting Papley in the midfield, probably a few, I think he played Clark, I'm not actually sure. He might have put Clark in the midfield, who didn't play very good. So maybe, I don't know when Menzel's coming back, maybe he'll get more mid-time when Menzel comes back. But this is really frustrating because I don't know if he's going to play mid enough, and I don't know when his ankle's going to come good. I want to trade him, to be honest, and I'm prepared for it to backfire because we know how talented he is. He does score very well in wins and doesn't score very good in losses, from what I read just before. And I think they'll lose to Carlton next week. This is really difficult, I think, but I think I'm going to trade him. I'm prepared for it to backfire. If you're going to trade him, be prepared for it to backfire and be okay with that. At the same time, it's not really it's not my play style to hold someone that has a questionable role and who might be injured or might be not. And he seems to pick up injuries, like minor ones here and there, all the time anyway. Maybe not all the time, but has a history of it. I think I'm going to trade him to Tim Kelly. So that's my thoughts on Heaney. I'd be open to holding him. You don't have to trade him. Again, be prepared for it to backfire. I think I'm going to trade him. Okay, next one is Jake Lloyd. Again, John Longmire, I can't believe he lets Lloyd play like this. It's just unbelievable. It's good for fantasy, but he doesn't have an offensive mindset. Like, you look at the Crows halfbacks, Miller, Smith, Laird, they're always looking to attack, sometimes kick long, take risks. Jake Lloyd doesn't really do that, and he doesn't really have a penetrating kick either. But that doesn't matter. We need to get Jake Lloyd in as soon as possible. I think after the bye last year, he averaged about 120 something, and that's going to continue, I think, by the looks of it. So yeah, unfortunate for non-owners, but if you picked him, good job. Didn't pick him because of his limited preseason and backfired. So next guy is Dustin Martin. I am all for trading Dustin Martin. He doesn't tackle anymore, and I get why you want to keep him. Maybe he'll get a kick up the arse this week and play well or something. But I think there's been a few warning signs last year. Not sure if he's motivated. He did, in the article that came out about his anxiety and depression, he didn't actually say he was over it. I hope he does get over it. It is a big problem, but yeah, I don't see Dustin Martin as a premier midfielder, to be honest. He's not tackling at all, and his defensive game's dropped off. He looks a bit slow in the mind as well, if that makes sense. He got caught holding the ball a few times last week, and yeah, his disposal's not that good either. And he also played a huge amount forward this week, which might have something to do with him being tagged by Greenwood. I have no confidence in Dustin Martin. I would trade him. To who? It's up to you. Maybe you want to put Dersma mid and get Lloyd or Whitfield. Maybe you want to get Lockie Neal in or something. Yeah, I'm all for trading Dustin Martin. Okay, next guy, Cornelio. This is really annoying for those who picked Cornelio. I was very close to picking him. So he got tagged. Obviously, I don't think he's ever got tagged because of Josh Kelly and Shield usually got tagged. This also frees Whitfield up, even more reason to pick Whitfield. Turns out he can't really handle a tag, based on a sample of one. But he plays Richmond next week. I actually don't think Richmond are that good at the moment, just because of injuries and basically they gave up 1 billion points to Collingwood this week. If you look at the stats of the Richmond-Collingwood game, it looked like a 150-point win statistically. So I would back Cornelio to bounce back this week. So that's Cornelio. It is annoying that he's going to get tagged, but I probably wouldn't trade him. Next guy I'll discuss is Tom Rockcliffe. Trade him in if you want. Plays North in round 6. He's going to feast on them, I would assume. And now's the week you want to get him in. He plays Brisbane. That's going to be really tough. But you're not getting him for just this week. You're getting him for as long as possible. So yeah, if you can get him in, I would. I can't, unfortunately, but it happens. So next guy I'll talk about is Josh Dunkley. This is kind of difficult as well. My gut feel, for some reason, is I don't like Dunkley that much. I don't know why. But the problem is, Tom Liberatore's taken up a lot of mid-time. So Libba and McRae are pretty much the two main mids now. Wallace is getting a fair bit of mid-time, which I'm surprised at. I think McLean and Dunkley are better than him in the midfield. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I'm not sure his role. His role was a bit of an issue. I don't know how much he spent time forward, but he did have a good. He was pretty good last week, actually, in the first half at least. So, this is really annoying. I'm not quite sure what to do. I don't know, yeah. I probably would hold him. Give him... He plays Gold Coast this week. I would hold him. But it is a bit risky to hold him a little bit because I don't know if he's going to score that well. And he's kind of expensive. So... Probably hold Dunkley. Yeah, I don't know. This is an annoying one. I would hold Dunkley, but yeah, give him a couple games. Tom Liberatore, I don't have him, but for him to come off an ACL and play like this is quite incredible. It is early days, but only Lenny Hayes I've seen play this well, coming back from an ACL in the midfield. I underestimated him. And not having him is not good. Having said that, Hawthorn do leak a lot of points to midfielders, so don't expect 130s from Libba. I think he's going to average 95, 100, based on what I've seen, and that's pretty good for 300k, I think. So, yeah, he's going to score a fair bit more than Sam Walsh, so who's 100k cheaper, but yeah. I can't get him in. If you want to get him in, I don't see why not. Plays Gold Coast this week, who aren't that bad, but yeah, if you want to get him in, that's fine. Scott Lysette, didn't really see this coming, played really well, is a reasonable price, but unfortunately you've missed the 167 this week. So yeah, I don't know, if you want to get him in you can. I wouldn't, I haven't seen enough evidence, so yeah, I'd probably not on Lysette. But if you've picked a dud ruckman, I think Lysette is the one you sideways to. So yeah, he's played pretty good so far. He really took it to Gawn, and I think everyone's been destroying. I mean, Nank killed Phillips, the ruckman for Carlton last week. So yeah, who is he? He plays Steph Martin. That's a pretty tough matchup this week. So long term, I think Lysette will be. I think he'll be okay. I wouldn't really count heavily on it, but for his price, if that's a risk you want to take, it's fine. We'll provide good coverage as well, so probably not for me, but if you really want to. So yeah, that's Lysette. And then just quickly on the rookies. So I don't think anyone's noticed, but LDU from North scored 120 this round. His break-even is very low, and he's cheaper than Sam Walsh, I think. I don't see a way of getting him in. I'm not sure it's worth trading Walsh to him. But yeah, if you want to get him in, you have the money around, and you have a bad mid-rookie, sure, why not? So Myers is another one. Not a must-have, I think, but if you have the luxury of getting him in, sure, why not? Bolter should hopefully play this week with Grimes and Riot out. Played VFL in the defence, so I think it would be in the defence. And then Mighty Hall might play. Colin Dashney looked underdone, and Stephen May is injured for 2 or 3 weeks. So that's the video. Thanks for listening, tuning in. Just quickly, we'll check the leagues. You can click X now. There's no more Supercoach stuff really. We're just going to check out the leagues. What am I doing? Rankings. So 14th is the 4th league from my YouTube channel, and also the one where I had a quiz on my YouTube channel to get into that. So yeah, good job if you're in any of those leagues. Really think hard about your trades because we want to win some money this year. And yeah, anyway, thanks for tuning in. And yeah, I'll see you. I might do a video this week on upgrade targets. Ones I'm considering, like guys in the forward line in the future. Manangola, Gunston, a couple others I'm thinking about. Do a video on that. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you soon.